Hi friends, when you are looking at investing in stocks of a company, it is crucial to understand the size and the value of that particular company, because these two factors are the basic determinants of risk and return parameters of your investment. When you know the size of a company, you can create a better diversified stock portfolio of your investment, which comprises companies with different sizes such as large size, middle size and a small size. Now the question is, on what basis we have to decide the size of a company? I am taking two famous Indian companies here, MRF and HDFC Bank. On 5th July 2020, in NSE, National Stock Exchange, MRF company's one share market price is 58,585 rupees. On the same day, HDFC Bank's one share market price is 928 rupees 90 paisa. Tell me, which company is bigger? If you feel that MRF company is bigger, as one share market price is too big compared to HDFC, then you need to watch this video completely. Based on the market price of one company share, you should not judge the size and the value of that particular company. To decide whether that company is a big one or small, we have to depend on market capitalization. In this video, I am going to explain about market capitalization. This word is frequently used in stock market and in mutual funds market also. Present video contains 6 points. First one, meaning of market capitalization. How to compute market capitalization. Classification of companies based on market capitalization. Importance of market capitalization. What could impact a company's market capitalization? Is market capitalization adequate to value a company? Let us start with the first point. First point is meaning of market capitalization. Market capitalization is usually called market cap. Cap is the short form of capitalization word. Now the word cap refers to size of a listed company, and the meaning of market cap is the most recent market value of company's outstanding shares. In other words, market cap is the size or value of a company which is listed in stock exchange. After listening the second point, that is how to compute market capitalization, you will come to understand these two meanings. So let us move to second point. Second one, how to compute market capitalization. See, there is a formula to calculate market capitalization. When you multiply current price of one share with total number of shares outstanding, then you will get market capitalization value. Suppose one company is issuing equity shares and preference shares. In that case, in formula we should include current price of one equity share and current price of one preference share. Similarly, we should consider total number of equity shares outstanding plus total number of preference shares outstanding. Suppose company is issuing only equity shares, then this portion is not required. Then how will be the formula? Current price of one share into number of shares outstanding. Now current price means what? Suppose there is one company. Company needs capital. Company issued shares. This is called primary market. Now the shares may be issued at a par value or at a premium or at a discount. So issue price is decided by the company. One shareholder who purchased shares from company in primary market wants to sell his shares to another investor. Then through a stock exchange he has to sell them. The price at which one investor is selling shares to another investor through stock exchange is known as current price or market price. Market price is decided by the demand and supply forces, not by the company. If company is doing well, market price increases. Now the next one is total number of shares outstanding. Means what? The total number of shares issued by the company. To know the number of shares issued by company, you have to refer company's balance sheet. While taking this number, you may follow two methods. One is full market capitalization method. Second one, free float market capitalization method. Full market capitalization method is a conventional method. In this method, while taking the number of shares outstanding, we consider float shares and locked in shares both. Now what do you mean by float shares? If company issues shares and these shares are available for trading by general public in stock exchanges, then those shares are known as float shares. And locked in shares means the shares which are issued by company to its executors. Means these shares are not available for trading by general public in stock exchanges. In second method, free float market capitalization method, while taking the number of shares outstanding, we exclude locked in shares. By taking only float shares, market capitalization is calculated. This method of indexing has been followed in most of the major stock exchanges around the world. Even in our country also, Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, and National Stock Exchange, NSE, are calculating market capitalization under free float method only. Why this method is better than the first one? Because market capitalization means actual value of a company. If you want to know the true value of a company, you should observe how much money people are interested to pay to acquire company shares. Nothing but current price of shares which are available for trading by general public. If you consider that value, then only you can know the true value of a company. Then only you can calculate the correct market capitalization value. Let us see the computation of market capitalization with one example. There is one company. Company wants to issue 3 crore shares for its capital requirements. 1 crore shares are issued by the company to its executors, and 2 crore shares are issued to general public. 1 share present market price in stock exchange is 100 rupees. Now if you want to calculate market capitalization based on free float method, then 2 crore shares into 1 share market price 100 rupees is equal 200 crore rupees. Means the value of this company is 200 crore rupees. Now let us move back to our original question. MRF, HDFC Bank. Which company is bigger? To know this, we have to compare the market capitalization values of these two companies. Let us see that on computer screen. In Google search bar, type moneycontrol.com. You will be taken to this home page. In search bar, type MRF. Select this file. You will be taken to this screen. Come to the bottom of the page. See, under valuation head, market cap of this company is 25,019 crore. This is on 8th May 2020. Let us see the market capitalization value of HDFC Bank. In search bar, type HDFC Bank. Come to the bottom of the page. Here market value is 5,09,897 crore. We can notice that the market capitalization of HDFC Bank is around 20 times more than that of MRF. Hence, HDFC Bank is a much bigger company than MRF. Then how to calculate the number of shares outstanding of MRF company? You need not to refer company's balance sheet. Do the reverse calculation. If you divide market capitalization value of MRF company by its current price of one share, then you will get number of shares outstanding. Let us have a look at 10 largest companies in the world and in India by market capitalization values. Let us see the 10 largest companies in the world by market value on 7th May 2020. Here market value is evaluated in billion US dollars. This is a list of top 10 companies in the world based on market capitalization. Let us see the 10 largest companies in India by market value on 7th May 2020. Here market value is expressed in terms of rupees. These are top 10 Indian companies based on market capitalization. Third point is classification of companies based on market capitalization. Based on market capitalization, SEBI has classified the listed companies under three categories: large cap, mid cap, small cap. First 100 companies with the highest market capitalization values come under large cap category. These companies are well established and reputed companies. They had been in the market for a long period. Their brands are popular throughout the country and daily people use their products. They are the leaders in their field of business. The shares which are offered by these companies are known as blue chip stocks. And mid-cap companies are ranked between 101 to 250 based on their market capitalization values. And small cap companies are young and small sized companies. 250 first and above placed companies based on their market capitalization values come under this category. And remember one point, this ranking is not final. It keeps on changing because ranking is given to companies based on the market capitalization value. Market capitalization is calculated based on market price, no? So market price of one share fluctuates. It depends on company's performance. Therefore, market capitalization of these companies also fluctuate. If a small cap company is doing well, if it is improving day by day, it may be promoted to mid cap category. Similarly, if a large cap company is underperforming from a long period, then slowly its market capitalization value reduces, resulting the change in the category from large cap to mid cap. Similarly, if mid cap company is not doing well, it may come to small cap category. Let us see the list of companies which come under large cap, mid cap and small cap categories. In Google search bar, type Nifty 100 index. Select this first file. You will be taken to this page. Click on this option, download a list of Nifty 100 stocks. File is downloaded here. Click on this. You can see the list of 100 companies which come under large cap. Similarly, if you want to see the list of companies which come under mid cap category, then go to back, select this option, Nifty mid cap 150 index. Click on download list of Nifty mid cap 150 stocks. File is downloaded. Click on this. You can see the list of companies which come under mid cap category. If you want to see the list of companies which come under small cap category, then here click on this option, Nifty small cap 250 index. Click on download list of Nifty small cap 250 stocks. Click on downloaded file. You can see the list of companies here. If you want to see the market capitalization values of all companies in one place, in Google search bar, type all companies based on market capitalization NSE India. Select the second file, all companies based on market capitalization NSE India. You will be taken to this page. On 31st March 2020, December 31st 2019, January 31st 2019 informations are available. As we want latest information, click on March 31st 2020. File is downloaded here. Click on the downloaded file. You will be taken to this page. Here you can see the market capitalization values of all listed companies of NSE. $1,795 companies market capitalization values are available. You know that first 100 companies as per market capitalization come under large cap. Go to the first company. Here market capitalization values are given in lakhs. Suppose if you take Reliance Industries Limited, here value is given now. To this value 7 zeros you have to add, then it will become 7,60,357 crore. Come to 100th company. Company name is Adani Transmission Limited. Its market capitalization value is 2,07,919 crore. In the same manner, you can see the market capitalization values of companies which fall under mid cap and small cap categories. Fourth point is importance of market capitalization. Under that, first point helps in investment decision. Market capitalization concept helps the investor to take a wise investment decision, because Market capitalization tells about the size of a company, and this factor, size of a company, plays a vital role while deciding the risk and returns involved in that particular investment decision. For example, investor is not in a position to take too much risk. He needs stability in income. In that case, he has to prefer large cap stocks because large companies are well established. Even though market crashes, their market capitalization doesn't reduce. They can maintain regular dividends. So an investor with no risk tolerance, steady income prefers to invest in large cap stocks. On the other hand, there is one investor who is ready to take risk but expecting more and more returns. Then he has to opt for small cap companies. Thus, while taking investment decision, market capitalization is one convenient tool to decide the size of a company, based on which he can take a proper investment decision. Second point is reflects what investors are willing to pay. Market capitalization is calculated based on market price of share. Market price is nothing but a price at which an investor is ready to purchase company shares. If market capitalization value of a particular company is more, then the meaning is investors are willing to pay more to acquire that particular company shares. Means investors are interested in that company. So if you invest in that particular company, if you purchase that particular company shares, then that shares possess resale value, liquidity quality. Third point is helps to rank stock exchanges. There is one particular stock exchange which contains 2000 listed companies. For every company, stock exchange calculates market capitalization value. No? If you add all those 2000 values, you can know the size of that particular stock exchange. It helps in giving ranks to different stock exchanges. These three are the advantages of market capitalization. Let us move to next point. Fifth point is what could impact a company's market capitalization. Means which factors can bring a change in market capitalization value of a particular company. There are two factors. First one, when there is a significant change in the market value of share. Recollect the formula for market capitalization. MC is equal current price of one share into number of shares outstanding. Here current price means market value only. No? When there is a significant change in market value, may be positive or negative, it brings a change in market capitalization value. Here what is meant by significant change? For example, today one company's share market price is 100 rupees and tomorrow it is increased to 101. This change is not considered as a significant change. For example, if tomorrow's value is increased to 130 rupees, then it affects market capitalization value, and this change is considered as a significant change, an important change which an investor should consider while taking investment decision. Change may be a positive change or negative change. Positive change means what? When market is high. In other words, when there is bullish market, when company share prices are increasing, then you can see an increase in market capitalization value. On the other hand, when market is falling. In other words, in case of bearish market, day by day market price of shares decrease. As a result of that, market capitalization value of a company also decreases. So the first factor which affects market capitalization value is market value, current price of one share. Now, second factor is when there is a significant change in the number of shares issued by the company. Second factor is number of shares. Here, current price is constant, but there is a significant change in number of shares outstanding of that particular company. When this number changes? In two circumstances. When company is issuing additional shares, as a result of that, market capitalization value increases. In case of repurchase of shares from existing shareholders, in other words, when company buys back the shares from shareholders, then number of shares decreases, and as a result of that, market capitalization value also decreases. So, two factors, market value and the number of shares, bring a change in market capitalization value of a company. Now come to the last point. Sixth point is market capitalization adequate to value a company? Means what? Only based on market capitalization can we know the accurate value of a company? Answer is no, because market capitalization concept suffers with some limitations. First drawback is market price is not the true value of the company. Let us understand this point with one example. You want to purchase one car. Car value is 5 lakh rupees. As there is a shortage for this particular model, you paid 50,000 extra to acquire that car on time. Even though you paid 5,50,000, car value is 5 lakh rupees only. Suppose car dealer is your best friend. So without taking any profit, he sold that car to you for 4,85,000 rupees. Even though you paid less, car value is 5 lakh rupees only, no? So based on the amount which is paid by the customer, we cannot decide the value of this car. Same concept is applicable to company shares also. Suppose for one company shares in stock market, there is demand. Demand is high and availability of shares is less. Supply is less. Then investor is ready to pay more to acquire those company shares. Thus, market price of that company share increases. On the other hand, if there is no demand for that particular company share, and if number of shares are available in the stock market, when supply is more, then investor doesn't pay more price to acquire that share. Thus, market price reduces. Only based on the price paid by the investor can we judge the value of this company? No. But in case of market capitalization concept, we are evaluating the company on that basis only, no? Based on market price, we are calculating market capitalization, and we are assuming that market capitalization is the value of this company, which is technically not correct. Then second drawback is it doesn't include debt component of the company. Let us understand this point also with one example. You purchased one house worth 30 lakh rupees and you paid savings amount 13 lakh rupees immediately in cash form, and for 17 lakh rupees you have taken bank loan. Here assume this is equity your own money and this is debt. By only considering the equity, if you tell the value of this house, is it correct? No. So if you want to evaluate this property, not only the equity, even debt also you have to consider. But if you want to know the value of a company based on market capitalization, on what basis you are calculating, one should recollect. Market capitalization formula is number of shares outstanding into market price of one share. Means only by taking equity values you are calculating the value of company, which is technically wrong. Company value means not only equity, even debt also you have to consider, no? Therefore, instead of calculating company value based on market capitalization, it is advisable to calculate based on enterprise value. In enterprise value method, to know the value of a company, we consider equity capital and debt capital. So remember, market capitalization is a primary indicator through which you can get a basic idea about the size and the value of the company. But only based on market capitalization, it is not advisable to take investment decisions. So that's it from my side. Thanks for watching.